reappeared, and today we ain't done with Matthew yet. Basically, Michaela, who made the game, released this episode, I think a few weeks ago. And I thought, well, I might as well wait until Hannah gets here so we can play this and find out what happens next with Matthew and the main character.
Simon's Revenge.
You remember Simon? That weird fluffy thing with the knife?
It's cute.
Yeah. Alright, ready? Let's get in.
Giggity.
Alright. We're just gonna keep calling Big Kid.
Might as well. Keep the story the same.
Yeah.
I expected many things to happen in my life. I expected to graduate and follow my dreams eventually and live a happy life with the person I grew to love. Oh, that's sappy. Well, I just got that with my absolutely adorable incubus, Matthew. Matthew and I had been together for a year. We were happy, we were in love, everything was perfect between us. Oh boy. Being with Matthew is like a dream come true. We could design toys.
Not those kind of toys, Hannah. Not those kind of toys.
We would design toys for the Anderson Toys Company together, and, whenever we were free, we would play video games together until the pillows of our bed called us to sleep. Not where I thought we were going with that. Yeah. I always woke up with a goofy grin and would go to bed happy as a kid after a full day of fun. Okay, that was the joy that I got with being with Matthew. That's cute. However, there were a couple of times with Matthew where life wasn't totally full of laughter. Wow, a relationship where it wasn't all fun and games?
Wow.
Tell me more.
Simon! Get back here!
Matthew?
Simon, our dear pet of sorts, was always a handful and managed to add a little spontaneity to our days. Often he'd run around the mansion exploring new nooks and crannies and finding little gems for his treasure hoard in his corner of the kitchen. However, sometimes that wasn't enough and he'd start going after Matthew's things, making things disappear one by one underneath Matthew's nose. Being busy and distracted, Matthew would never notice until the amount of missing items paled to noticeable standards.
Okay.
He's like a gremlin. There's no gremlins.
Yeah.
And sometimes it took a lot of theft to get Matthew's attention.
Give that back, Simon!
Matthew, wait, hold on. What did he take this time?
Usually I was able to help. For some reason, Simon imprinted himself on me, treating me with a fair amount of respect and obedience. Whenever it came down to getting something for Matthew from Simon, I was always the mediator between the man and the toy.
When you have to be the mediator between a man and a toy.
Yeah, them feels. This time though, Matthew wasn't as eager to get my help.
No, I got it. Simon!
I know what it is.
Oh, do you have an idea?
I know what it is. I think. I'm going to keep it to myself until the end.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, I already know what it is, but that's not the point. What?
Before I could ask why, Matthew was off in a cartoon-like chase with Simon on the second floor. I had to take a moment to absorb what had happened.
Now I'm just picturing Matthew running, running after, like, things are probably getting broken.
Like Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, pretty much. Things are getting broken. Expensive things probably because we're in a mansion.
Yeah, it could probably be replaced.
Yeah. Did Matthew really say no for help with Simon?
It was practically unheard of. Simon was like his mortal enemy of the house, and now that Sam was gone. Where'd Sam go?
Oh, we live in the mansion ourselves now.
Oh.
Because the boys were like, well, you guys seem to be all lovey-dovey, we're out of here.
Bummer.
Yeah, and pretty much there's the whole thing that Matthew and Sam don't get along very well.
Yeah. If anything, Matthew always called on the back up, just to even the playing field with Simon. His little furball was known for not playing fair. I stood there for a small second listening to the distant sounds of Matthew running around crashing into things, thanks to Simon, no doubt. Flabbergasted! To my dismay, Simon's antics and the odd change in Matthew's behaviour didn't end there. At one point, it apparently grew to its worst. Matthew was baking in the kitchen. The smell of sugar and vanilla practically invaded my senses as I walked into the room. I was more excited to see my incubus meticulously measuring out ingredients. A part of me wondered why he didn't become a baker or a pastry chef. I guess he was happy working for his brother at the toy company. Somehow that part of Matthew made me smile a bit, knowing he was helping my grandfather's company grow. I shook out my thoughts and let the sweet air completely consume, lost in the guesses roaming my mind of what Matthew could have been making.
That smells good, Matthew.
Huh? Thanks. I'm almost done. I'm just looking for... Simon!
Simon, Matthew, watch out!
Huh? Ah!
Simon was off, running around again, his toy knife in one paw and a small cake-like square pastry in the other. Despite the bluntness of the toy knife, the gleam it gave off scared us into forgetting that, causing us to duck and weave out of natural instinct.
I can imagine.
It only proceeded to help Simon flee his crime scene and ushered Matthew to follow in rage.
I swear to God, Simon!
Matthew, hold on!
On one arm, Matthews urged him to stop and listen, despite the red flush that proceeded to paint over his face from the building anger in his body. I had to admit, it was adorable seeing him angry. But I didn't want him to become a volcano of rage thanks to Simon.
What did he take? We can just get or make more.
Huh? No, it's fine. I just need to get him. It's okay.
Matthew, just tell me what it is.
I know what it is.
Num num.
At that moment, the red flush in Matthew's face instantly paled, and he almost looked as white as snow in shock and fear.
Huh?
Uh-oh. It only lasted a moment before his entire body almost began to glow an ethereal blue tint, and his eyes began to flicker gold.
Well, we know that Matthew's mad.
Simon!
Oh shit! That singular noise of Simon's caused my incubus to rush out of the kitchen without answering me and sprint across the mansion towards the sound. I followed close behind, barely able to keep up with Matthew's speed. Oh, pretty. We arrived at the backyard. Matthew skidded to a stop, body completely frigid. Lord always makes me laugh. I don't know why, it's just so funny. I rushed up behind him and looked over his shoulder, wondering what froze him so stiffly.
How, you just turned 22, come on!
2 + 2 = 4.
Yeah!
At the base of the gazebo sat Simon, crumbs surrounding his body as he licked his lips joyfully. His tail swung back and forth in victory as Matthew fell to his knees in some sort of humiliating defeat.
Matthew, what's wrong? ...
The look on Matthew's face completely upset and bursting at the seams of anger. However, I could tell Matthew was holding himself back from straight out doing something stupid. Matthew knew better than to let his anger control him. I, however, did not appreciate Simon's games pushing that limit. I glared at the white doll, stepped forward, catching Simon's attention. Unlike Matthew, Simon would remain obedient with me. I didn't want to be harsh, but I had to give him some sort of punishment for eating Matthew's pastry. It just sounds so dirty. I grabbed Simon by the scruff of his neck, causing him to squeak, and lifted him to my eye level.
You are in very deep trouble, Simon. Simon's basically like our kid, if you think about it.
No, thank you. Simon let out another squeak, but didn't fight back as I marched with him straight back into the mansion, into the dining room where an ice cage sat at the end of the dinner table. Inside were many things to keep Simon occupied. but it was indeed where he would remain until later.
So why don't we not keep Simon in this cage?
Because it's mean.
But he says he has a lot of nice things in the cage, and it's a nice cage apparently.
But from the sounds of it, he also quite likes to run about and be free.
Yeah.
And the cage is like a punishment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he likes to run around and be free and annoy the heck out of Matthew. And take things from Matthew that he really needs.
Meh. I opened the cage and gently placed him inside, quickly slipping my hand back out and locking the door so he couldn't escape. Simon looked at me with a blank expression before almost shrugging and hopping in onto the hamster wheel inside.
You're not coming out until Matthew says so, alright?
Despite my questions, Simon kept running the hamster wheel, causing me to sigh and return to Matthew. Matthew had come back inside and was sitting on the steps of the grand staircase, still looking very down and out about the situation. I grimaced and lifted his head slightly, almost heartbroken at sight of his puppy eyes.
Hey, how about we go to the Pink Lady Cafe for a bit, My treat.
Matthew remained silent for a moment before nodding and standing. He wasn't smiling yet, but at least he wasn't completely downtrodden. That's pretty. When we arrived, we ordered our favourite treats and sat at one of the tables. The cafe was recently renovated to look more modern and definitely showed in the decor. Despite this, Matthew still didn't look like he was feeling any better.
Matthew, Simon's in his cage. It's alright now.
Well, I mean, it is, but it isn't.
What do you mean? Dot dot dot.
Matthew bit his lip and dug a bit into strawberry cake, refusing to answer. I could only press my lips together in irritation. What was Matthew hiding from me?
Matthew?
Pregnancy test. Matthew's pregnant.
Wait, how would that work?
I don't know. Anything's possible. He lifted his head to look up at me.
Please, tell me, what did Simon take from you?
Another moment of silence passed before Matthew sighed and slouched back into his chair. What surprised me was his face was brightening to a peach pink.
It's
Is a what? Huh?
It's a ring.
No, dude, you're gonna have to speak up.
Matthew, I'm not understanding what you're saying.
It's a ring, okay?
I knew it!
A proposal ring.
I knew it!
What? Oh, wait, was that you or me?
That was me. What?
I found a gold ring in Simon's stash when he dug up trinkets from your grandfather's study, and it seemed to be the same size as other rings you have, and hey, maybe it was in the family heirloom or something, so I wanted to use it in a cake to propose to you, but Simon apparently got mad that I took it, so he's been screwing up my plans, and...
Matthew, hold on.
Matthew's face was red as a tomato at this point, but he looked up at me, digging himself into his shirt and sweater like a shy turtle. Oh. I could tell he was holding back from exploding somehow, but he stared, stopping himself from rambling further. I myself was unsure on how to handle this. He wanted to propose to me with a ring he found in the house, and Simon pretty much ate the ring, or he ate the cake and the pastry that was hiding it and hid it from me and Matthew.
Okay, I will say this one thing. I don't know what... See if... Okay, future person, whoever wants to propose to me, don't hide the ring in the cake. Because I'm going to end up accidentally eating it.
I like the way you ended it.
Yeah, it was really cute how... It was cute, yeah. But please, for the love of God, don't put it in a pastry. Because knowing me, I'd end up eating it. And then we'd have to spend the night at the A&E, and that wouldn't be fun.
No, just wait for it to come out the other end and
Yeah.
pick through it. What do they do with dogs?
It wouldn't be fun, though.
I wouldn't be doing it. Still, Matthew wanted to propose. I could not help but hear my heartbeat escalate to a rapid tempo in my chest. I was beyond happy and joyful, and despite not being asked yet, and despite the situation Matthew was in now, I was more than excited for the future ahead. I felt my eyes start to water as a smile grew on my face, stretching wide in pure joy. Matthew's eyes widened at the sight, and he straightened up a bit in worry.
Hey, are you okay?
Well, you basically just said that you were about to propose to us, so... yeah. Matthew.
I rubbed my eyes and face trying to calm down from my ever-growing excitement. Matthew hadn't proposed just yet, and the surprise was in essence ruined, but I was beyond thrilled to know that we were going to take those steps in our relationship. As I lowered my hands at last, I grinned at Matthew.
I love you so much, Matthew. We've been together for a year, so that makes sense, but still ill.
I'd say you should wait 2 years before taking that step, because in the first 2 years you really get to know a person. But hey, don't rush it. Ewan and I were 4 years before he asked, so I'm okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, basically, they skipped a lot of steps, because they were already living together before they got together. And then, yeah. And then, of course, we had...
at least they didn't have the baby first.
Yeah, that would have been weird. But yeah, I don't think... No, there's no babies that I know of.
Matthew stared at me completely dumbfounded. I didn't want to mention his proposal plans anymore, not wanting to ruin his day further, so I simply laid out my love, hoping he would understand my intent. She's gonna say no to him, isn't she? I was willing to wait as long as it took for him to make things perfect. Matthew finally smiled and laughed a bit.
I love you too.
That face. What even? The air around us finally eased, and we were back to the joyous energy we shared proudly as a couple. Matthew ate with a little bit more excited vigour as I watched, with thoughts of the future spiralling in my head. Lol.
So I guess you'll be finding another way to propose to me, huh?
Nah. Matthew took a moment and nodded to himself with a chuckle.
Well, my first plan was ruined by Simon. I have to try something else and really sweep you off your feet.
Matthew, you already do.
Matthew blushed and chuckled a bit, stuffing a piece of pastry into his mouth before swallowing it in pride.
I promise to make you the happiest person in the world. Okay?
I know you will.
Okay.
And that's the end of Seduce Me, Simon's Revenge. So what did you think of that?
Saw it coming a mile off.
Well, yeah, even I saw it coming. Like, even when I first played through this, I was like, it's a ring. It's definitely a ring. But, yeah.
That's cute.
It was still cute. I would suggest not, like...
Don't put a ring inside a cake.
Yeah. Or, you know, have you seen those
It's a bad idea. Plus, then you're gonna have, like, crumbs and shit in the ring, and I don't know about you, but I really wouldn't want to have crumbs and shit inside my ring.
Yeah. I mean, also, haven't you seen sometimes people put, like, the ring inside, like, a glass of champagne or something? It's like...
Yeah, then like, it's gonna be all sticky, and you're gonna have to... It's too much, like, hard work. Just do it cutely with the stars and prettiness and stars.
Basically, she's saying do it the way Ewan did it, basically.
Yes, lots of stars.
But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. Stay tuned that we will get to the other guys eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
But anyways, I hope you liked it. Remember to like and subscribe for more geeky content. And until we meet again, goodbye!
Bye!